I've been in SEO for years, and something really bad just happened to my website. The rankings plummeted. So in this video, I'm going to show you what happened, how I figured it out, and then how to disavow toxic backlinks from your website so that you don't lose 50% of your organic traffic like I did. So stay tuned. Alright guys, my name is Chris Morano, Chief Executive Officer, founder of Blue Water Marketing, an agency here in South Florida specializing in search engine optimization for e-commerce brands. I also own a couple e-commerce brands, so I'm always in the data looking at things. What I found was starting back in May of this year, which is 2022, I started to see our organic traffic dropping. Now on average, we're getting about 14,000 people a month to our website. So looking at certain things, I didn't see a traffic decrease immediately. What I started to see was certain keywords that were driving substantial traffic were no longer doing so. So overall, what do? Dove into the tools that we have, SEMRush being the first tool, and noticed that we went from having about 350 referring domains with 6,000 backlinks all the way to 30,000 backlinks with countless referring domains. So what did I do is I started looking at the toxicity score of those. For those of you who don't know, basically Moz, SEMRush, aHrefs all have certain criteria that they quantify how good a website is that's linking to you. So they have an authority score, there's a domain score, there's trust flow, there's all these different metrics that have been created over the years in the SEO community to gauge how good a website is that they're giving a backlink to. What I found was they were all goose eggs. If you guys are liking this video so far, if you feel bad for what happened to me, losing thousands of people a month to my website, give me a thumbs up, at least make me smile a little bit. So let's get into how to remove those backlinks so that we can then look at the data as it comes in to establish, did it work? All right, so if you guys are wondering how to disavow backlinks using some of these tools, the first one I'm going to go into is how to do it with SEMRush or SEMRush, and then what we're going to do is use aHrefs to also disavow, and I'm going to walk you through both, and then how to upload to the Google Disavow tool. So let's get into SEMRush. If you guys don't have a SEMRush account, there's a free 7-day trial. Click the link in the description below. It's free, so you can quickly do a backlink audit to establish if you have any spammy backlinks. First step is we're going to click on the backlink audit tool on the left-hand sidebar of SEMRush. So what you're going to see is this is the current standing of Blue Water Marketing. Now, this is because I've already disavowed thousands upon thousands of backlinks. But what we're seeing here is the overall toxicity score updated July 28th, and we're starting to see different levels. Now, what I want to show you is in the Disavow tool, we have currently 355 domains. Now, there's two different ways of disavowing backlinks using SEMRush. Is we can disavow a domain or URL. So what happened within Blue Water is that each domain had multiple URLs, meaning it was extremebikes.xyz/bike1/bike2/bike3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So what happens is you can disavow each URL individually, but if you're seeing multiple, you want to just disavow the domain. So using SEMRush, you can click right on here, and on this it says move group of backlinks to disavow, which let's actually do that with this one. So 18 ways to improve your organic click-through rate. What happened is we got a blog featured as a link in one of Neil Patel's blogs. Since then, it's had a positive effect in terms of having Neil Patel linked to one of our blogs, but on the reverse end, the negative effect has been the amount of blogs or spammy links that we're now getting. I'm not saying that Neil Patel's the reason for this. All I'm saying is that because his websites get so many millions of people a month, that is starting to have a negative effect for us. So we go to the disavow, and we're going to select whether we want a domain or a URL. For this, I'm doing domain because whalerank.com, let's do a quick check, is something sketchy. It's not even a real website. So let's disavow that. Move to disavow. Now, like I said, we've already done this with thousands of URLs and domains, and you can see that here. So what we want to do is export this as a TXT file. So you'll see what happens is this TXT file now has every single domain that we have disavowed. Multiple. I think there's 807 in total. So once we do that, we go ahead and click on the Google Disavow tool. Now this, you need to have Google Search Console already connected, not as a property, but as a URL prefix. Go to Google Disavow tool, advanced feature. So then we click on the property or the domain URL that you're working with, and you replace this list. Now, I'm not going to go through with it because, like I've said, we've been disavowing left and right. So I want to leave this be to see how Google reacts to understanding that, hey, we've identified all these really domains, and then I want to see what happens, right? Because if we look at our Search Console data, we're seeing a huge drop right there, right? So we were getting 300 clicks per day on average, and then all of a sudden our position average went from 30 to 40 for 8 million impressions. You understand how many impressions those are. Obviously the click-through is terrible, but 27, 28 average position across hundreds of pages down to 46 impressions. Went from on average 111, 120,000 impressions per day to 78,000. So a massive drop. So what I want to start to do is understand the data to say, hey, are these 804 enough? As you can see, on Thursday, June 30th, position 48.6, and today's 47.5. So not a big jump at all. So hold on tight. I got to see what happens after disavowing all of these toxic backlinks. Next step, we're going to go to aHrefs, because here's the difference is that both of these tools have their own bots that crawl the internet and establish links from these different ones. So for me personally, it's super important to have both of these tools working together at all times to establish that I'm not missing the mark on any backlinks. Historically, aHrefs has always had a better bot that crawls backlinks. That was kind of the bread and butter with aHrefs starting out, was that these guys knew how to find and identify backlinks. So you can see, we have 88,000 backlinks. And if you look at this list over the last year, just a huge jump. So we can see the list of all 88,000 backlinks. Now what I want to do is group one link per domain. And then I want to see a domain rating from 0 to 5. Show results. And now we have 190. So all of these, first seen May 5th, last seen 6 days ago, 8 days ago, April, I want to be able to establish which ones of these are now in my disavow list, because all of these, DR 4.8, domain traffic 0, link domains 1,000, referring domains 0. So these are the different criteria that I want to look at to establish, is it spammy, before I even click on the website. So if we're seeing a low domain rating, and then we're seeing 0 people going to that website, and then 0 referring domains, we have to assume that these are super spammy. No one links to them, no one goes to them. There's no value in my mind, and definitely no value in Google's mind, to say, hey, this is a valuable website. So instead what it's doing is it's seeing that it's linked to 1,391 other websites. No one has linked back. This is a spammy page. So that's the quick rundown of this identifying the spammy links on aHrefs. The next step is to go to disavow them. So using aHrefs, because I've already identified a number of them, you can sort by month, right? So I have to assume that anything from May and June that needs to be is already disavowed. So we're going to just do a quick July search. Show new referring domains. Because I already have 700 domains, as you can see here, in my disavow list, this is now showing me 52 new ones. So now I have to just sort quickly which one of these 52 are spammy. So I'm going to sort by DR 0, 2, 4, 6, 6, 7, 8. These ones are spammy. Domain rating 0, URL rating 0, ahrefs 0, backlink 0, terrible website. So I'm going to go through, and you want to make sure that they're spammy. So every home.net, for sale by owner. I don't understand how Blue Water could ever have a link on this page, but it says we do. Anything xyz.info.de, these are international sites that generally get a little bit sketchy. So this one is a real website. It appears to be. Who are the target audience for digital marketing? Somewhere in here, there's a link to Blue Water right here. Audience targeting strategies, digital marketing expert. So that's actually not a spammy link. The quality of that site, not great with a DR of 9, no referring domains. I'll leave that because it's a no follow, which you can see right here. But as we continue going down, this list continues to get a little bit sketchier. And so now that we've identified which ones are spammy, I'm simply going to click disavow domains. So we're going to disavow trexseo.xyz, rank24.net, dom.de, rustica.info, and these two. It's as easy as disavow domains. Now, many people sometimes on this step are like, okay, no big deal, I've disavowed them. We're not there. We have to do exactly what we did with the SEMRush in terms of go to the Google Disavow tool. So we export, we once again click Disavow Links tool, and we're good. So that is how you identify spammy links, find them using some valuable tools, and then disavow them. Now, what we'll have to do is keep track of our rankings, right? So that's where these tools are super valuable, that I know, my SEO manager knows exactly where we rank for our most valuable keywords and our most valuable content to drive traffic, because that drives the leads. So by following all these positions, well, the leads kind of dried up. So we want to make sure we offset that by doing all of this work. I really hope you guys found this video useful. I appreciate you watching. Please leave a comment below if you are having issues with toxic, spammy backlinks. I'd be more than happy to take a look for you. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys found this useful, give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. I'm putting out content twice a week to help you understand digital marketing to grow your businesses. We'll see you soon.